All right, welcome. We are now at round 4 at Willow Springs of the league. Today we have a very special race, one that will eat your tires like crazy. So we're going to see some interesting pit strategies for the races, both in D2 and Division 1. Willow Springs opened in 1953, being the oldest continuously operating road course in the United States. Although I think recently that is under threat as Big Willow is trying to, or Willow Springs is trying to sell. At least I haven't caught up with the latest news about Willow Springs recently, but it's certainly not looking good for the track, but we'll see how that turns out. It's a 2.5 mile track with 9 turns, features high-speed sweepers and a flowing layout. As you can see right now, Cecil Turtle from Team.com rounding turn 8 into turn 9, the fast right-hander that will lead into the front straight. This is where most overtakes will be happening on track. So right now we're practicing for before we get into the sprint race. There's no qualifying for sprints. Sprints are ordered by reverse championship order. So let's actually take a quick look into the current championship standings. So if we take a look at Division 2, all the way on the right hand, we see Ads is currently leading the championship. Excuse me, not leading, he is tied for first in the Drivers' Championship with Nixon from Jolly Green Giants. They're both tied at 44 points. KG is in third place with 43. KG missing out on round 3 and will miss out on round 4 as well. I believe KG is missing out round 4. Let me double check my notes here. Yeah, so Soul Shock will be substituting for KG today. Soul Shock has done a few races so far in Season 4. Then we have Cecil Turtle and Kip Dunkel from Team.com with both solid finishes in round 3 last week in 4th and 5th positions respectively with 38 and 34 points each. Bishop from Bahamut Venom in 6th place with 33 points. Then we got Dinosaur in 7th place. Bergold, our reserve driver, I think he won one of the first races of the season in round 1. He is a reserve driver, so there's no team association there. He's been since promoted into Division 1 and will be racing Promotion 1 or Division 1 going forward. We got Trackhead in 9th place, Motsky in 10th, Soul Shock in 11th, Lamb King in 12th, Racer X in 13th, Stenzel filling in, I think, for a team last week is in 14th, Rogue, Nipro 15th for Maelstrom Motorsports, C. Orwick in 16th, People 17th. People is no longer able to continue with the season, so he's out permanently. And then we got Soul Shock VR. Oh. It looks like we'll be jumping into... Oh, no, we're not jumping into anything right now. So, looks like Dinosaur has reset the room. Looks like they're getting things set for the sprint race. The sprint race will be 8 laps long. Drivers will likely be on the hard tire compound or the medium tire compound, depending on how much tire conservation or tire management they can employ throughout the race. All right, so let's continue taking a look at the Division 2 Team Championship. So Bahamut Venom leads the Team Championship in Division 2 with 77 points. Team.com in second with Bahamut Venom with 77 points leading the championship. Team.com with 72 points in second place. Penalty Hunters Oracle Racing in third. Jolly Green Giants fourth. Rexy Racing in fifth. Massive Impact in sixth. And then Maelstrom Motorsports in seventh. But the point spread is incredibly small. So there's only 20 points between fourth and first place. The points can swing quite a bit for each round, so we'll expect to see pretty big changes every single round. Although Bahamut Venom has been leading, I think, Division 2 since the beginning, but only by a small margin. So once again, we got our sprint race for Division 2. We'll have our sprint race, and then we'll go into a 10-minute qualifying session afterwards. Then we'll use those qualifying results for our feature race for Division 2. It will be 36 laps around Big Willow. We'll take a small break in between, reset the stream, and then we'll get into our Division 1 qualifying for 10 minutes, and then our feature race that will be 45 laps. Dinosaur has given me the 30-second warning, so we'll get underway in just a bit. All right, so we got Smokey and C. Orwick on the front row, Racer X and Lamb King on the second row, Motsky and Trackhead on the third row, and Dinosaur Bishop on the fourth row. All right, so lights are out, and Smokey gets a good start. C. Orwick as well. It looks like Racer X got a decent start, but Lamb King, or sorry, it looks like Racer X got a slower start and actually got passed by Motsky going down into turn 1. Motsky takes the inside of Lamb King and passes Lamb King into turn 2. So Motsky jumping up a couple places in the first couple of corners. And we got Racer X and Lamb King going almost side by side into turn 3, and we got a wipeout at the back of the grid, and I think that was Nixon. So Nixon went off track there, lost a little bit of control, got its tire into the dirt, which can be incredibly punishing here at Big Willow. Bishop right now almost alongside Dinosaur going into turn 8, fighting for position. Turn 9 being extremely tricky with the slightly closing radius turn. It's incredibly important to get this turn right for a good exit, and also to save your tires at the same time. Looks like Bishop is running the hard tire compound and coasts quite a bit going into turn 2 behind Dinosaurs, so not looking to push his tires quite that much in order to overtake. So Smokey pulling out a 1.9 second gap to C. Orwick. Gets a little close on the inside into turn 3. Puts a tire into the dirt on the inside of the corner, but is able to maintain control and has since pulled that gap out to a 2.1 second lead. So Smokey continuing to increase the gap. Motsky there almost getting caught up between Racer X and Trackhead. So Motsky, oh no, so that's Smokey goes off the track. He went from taking the lead, now is down into 10th place as Motsky passes him, Racer X and the whole train. So unfortunate mistake there by Smokey going out of turn 7. And like I said earlier, the track is incredibly punishing. If you get a tire into the dirt, it can cause you to spin out, and then you spend maybe 10 to 15 seconds getting back on track because the sand is so difficult to reorient your car correctly to get it back on track. Got some action here between Dinosaur and Trackhead. Dinosaur taking the outside and then Dinosaur defending the inside. Sorry, excuse me. Trackhead defending the inside quite nicely through turn 2. Oh, look at that. And Motsky and Racer X going, sorry, Motsky and Trackhead going side by side into turn 5. Oh, it looks like we got an accident here. We got some contact. I think Motsky maybe put a tire into the dirt. We'll take a look. I don't know if this will be a safety car or not, but let's take a look at the replay, see what happened to Motsky here. So Motsky and, oh, looks like Motsky and Trackhead made a little bit of contact and then unfortunately slid back on track after that accident. It doesn't look like a VSC was called, and I don't think that there is a VSC in sprint races. So Seahawk pulls ahead. Trackhead currently sitting in second place, and then Racer X, so excuse me, that was Racer X that went side by side with Motsky into turn 3. Soulshock VR subbing in for KG for Penalty Hunters Oracle Racing, looking to chase down Racer X for that final podium position. And Cecil Turtle picked up some front wing damage or front bumper damage due to that collision with Motsky, I think. Oh, Nixon and Lamb King there fighting together down into turn 6. Nixon goes wide off the track, and again, it's incredibly punishing. He loses 2 places, 1 to Lamb King and 1 to Bishop. Both make their way by. Willow Springs is a race of attrition. It is the most punishing track, I think, in Gran Turismo. The minute you go off track, you're just losing immense amounts of time. Dinosaur has picked up damage on the back right of the car and the rear bumper. Cecil Turtle looking for a potential passing opportunity. Isn't able to find one. Oh, and they go side by side through turn 5. Cecil Turtle and Racer X make contact going down into turn 6. They go side by side to turn 6. Cecil Turtle on the outside is now still trying to find a way behind around Racer X. Racer X defending quite brilliantly through the turning complex up the hill. Cecil Turtle looking to take the outside, probably cross over and see if he can do a cut under Racer X and see if he can get a better exit. And he does. Looks like he's got the run on him into turn 1. So Cecil Turtle is now side by side with Racer X, slightly ahead going into turn 1. Racer X though has the inside, and he brakes late, getting alongside to Cecil Turtle in turn 1, but he goes off the track and almost collides with Cecil Turtle, almost loses control. He's able to keep it on track, but he did concede that position to Cecil Turtle. Ad's currently in a battle with Dinosaur. Dinosaur goes off the track a little bit at the exit of turn 3. We got some more battles in the midfield. Bishop coming up on Lamb King. Someone almost went into the pits there. See Orwick losing quite a lot of time at the exit of turn 9, is falling back into 7th place. Going into turn 1 alongside Nixon. They both stay clean though, so all is good. Bishop is getting a good run on Lamb King out of turn 5 down into turn 6. Oh, and someone was off. I think it was Soulshock VR has gone off the track and has rejoined and lost 3 positions, the last being against his teammate C. Orwick. And up front, we got Bishop taking in the inside of Lamb King at turn 9. They go side by side to the last corner of Willow Springs into the straight. Lamb King sticking it to the outside, but concedes the position to Bishop, but is now in the slipstream and looks like he's got the run on him down into turn 1. So they go side by side again, and then Nixon is also joining the battle as well. Nixon actually has the best run out of all of them and gets stuck to the outside into turn 1. Bishop defending quite brilliantly it out of the exit at turn 1 and is defending into turn 2 as well to prevent Nixon from taking that position. Oh, Nixon's making it work on the outside, though. He's got a lot of grip. Bishop's got less tire wear, and he's got front end damage. And now Nixon has the inside into turn 3. And Bishop tries to make it stick on the outside, but he doesn't. He can't. He doesn't have enough grip. He has to concede that position to Nixon. It's a great battle there by Nixon and Bishop. Bishop doing his best to defend as much as possible that 4th place position, but ultimately giving it up. Oh, it looks like Trackhead has gotten around Cecil Turtle for the lead. So, oh, they go side by side. So Cecil Turtle has the lead now and is going into the final straight for the final time, but he goes off slightly and he's going to lose control. Oh, no. Oh, no. Cecil Turtle loses control at the last corner in the last part of the straight of the final lap. Oh, my gosh. Unfortunate for Cecil. There's absolute chaos right now. Oh, my goodness. I don't even have words. I just saw dust from like 5th to like 8th position finish. I wonder if I can catch that on replay. No, it's too late. I didn't catch it early enough. So Smokey crosses the line in 11th place. C. Orwick in 12th. Oh my goodness. All right, let's take a look at the results. Not those results. All right, so Trackhead, he barely wins at the last stretch of the final lap, and Cecil Turtle ends up going into the gravel on the left side around the pit entrance and loses control of the car. So Trackhead finishes first. A great finish from the Jolly Green Giants. So Racer X in 2nd and Nixon in 3rd. 2-3 for Jolly Green Giants. Bishop in a solid 4th position finish. Cecil Turtle in that unfortunate last minute spin finishes in 5th. Ads in 6th. Dinosaur in 7th. Soulshock VR in 8th place. Lamb King in 9th. Motsky finishes in 10th place. Smokey in 11th. And C. Orwick in 12th. Yeah, that was a pretty intense battle going into turn 9 there between Cecil Turtle and Trackhead. Turn 9 is extremely tricky if you're going side by side. If you're not used to taking that outside line and having someone on your inside, it's extremely difficult to gauge your speed and not go off on the exit. So Dinosaur has reset our room, and we'll head into qualifying for Division 2. And it looks like the weather's changed. It looks like it's a little bit misty and foggy out, so the temperature might be a bit colder than what we just saw earlier for the sprint race. This might help with tire degradation. Once again, we'll be qualifying for 10 minutes. And then we'll jump right into our 36 lap feature race for Division 2. If you're here watching your team, give them a quick shout out in chat. Let them know you're here. And then if you're new and you've recently joined LRC and you're now watching our league, welcome. Glad you could join us. Our league is typically an 8-week long commitment. We have 28 drivers across 17 in 2 divisions. It's typically our biggest league event. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Okay. Yeah, my mic was acting weird. Yeah, it's been acting weird all day. So excuse the cutout. I was saying earlier, if you're watching the race, hit up chat. Let me know who you're rooting for, who your team is. Let them know that you're here, that you're there supporting them. And if you are new to LRC, the league is our main series that we run about 3 times a year. It's an 8-week commitment. And we have 28 drivers across 7 teams in 2 divisions. And the points across the divisions go into one big overall team championship where we decide who wins at the end of the season. And so depending on where you place, it doesn't even matter if you're in last or second last. Every single point counts. And for those who are in the lower divisions and, maybe they don't feel confident in scoring points or whatever, it's still really a lot of great fun, because even if you're fighting for the last positions, you're still fighting for points in the championship. And these points matter. Like the last season, I think it was maybe season 2, we went into the final round with, I think, 2 points separating the top 2 teams. So I would like to add too that every position in the league, every finishing position gets points. So even if you finish last, that's a point. So you get a point for participating. So when we're not running the league, we'll typically have a bunch of events, one-off events or small series that will run in between the 2 months when the league is in the off season. There'll be just a wide variety of events. They could be one-offs. We'll do Monday Night Racing, which is like a very casual Monday shenanigans kind of thing. I'll typically run like an academy session on Wednesdays or Thursdays, and it serves to be kind of like a in real life racing school kind of deal. We'll have Formula Fridays, where on Fridays we'll run some type of like high downforce car and just do a bunch of sprint races together. And then every month we also run FTGP. So FTGP stands for First Tuesday Grand Prix, and that's our monthly endurance race. We typically run that as a multi-class endurance race. So 8 drivers will typically run on one class of car, and then 8 drivers will run another. Yeah, I think I don't know who it was there. I think it might have been. It was definitely a Penalty Hunters car that was sitting near the ramp. I just saw. Let's see if we can find them. Well, someone went into the dirt. Oh my goodness. All right, so Nixon currently on the first hot lap, going into turn 9. Gets a little squirrely on the entrance of turn 9. A pretty tricky braking zone. You don't need to brake much, but if you do, the back end can slide out quite a bit. So Nixon crosses the line at 119.9. We'll see where Lamb King comes in. I think we'll be looking for the 118s for pole position. Potentially the 117s, we'll see. The Dinosaur crosses the line and secures provisional pole position with a 118.496. Cecil Turtle currently in second, only 1/10 behind Dinosaur. So the trouble with qualifying, especially in soft tires, is the soft tires. Oh, look at that. He's so close to the edge of the track there. Oh my God, Nixon pushing it to the absolute limit. Maybe even millimeters. Oh, and he goes off track just ever so slightly towards the end of turn 9. Keeps it on track, but he goes into the pits. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but oh my goodness, Nixon there pushing his car to the absolute limit around turn 9, turn 8 and 9. So what I was saying before is that it's a little tricky to qualify with racing soft tires at Big Willow with these conditions, because you do your outlap and your tires are already starting to get cooked. And so by the time you finish your first hot lap, your tires are pretty much degraded into 50%-ish around there. So for some people, it might even be worth just sticking on the mediums and lapping more on the mediums. So we see Racer X here on the mediums at the moment and just putting in lap after lap, trying to potentially burn fuel off, I guess. But we'll see if he switches to softs later in the session. So maybe the idea here is to burn as much fuel as possible on the mediums, just lap as much as you can, put in some banker laps, and then pit for softs right before the timer ends so you can get one more good lap around the track with a lighter fuel load and racing softs on your car. And we'll see if that is the strategy or if just Racer X will continue on mediums throughout the rest of the session. So Nixon, Racer X, and Smokey all jump into the pit lane. It's a very short pit lane, this in Big Willow. It takes very little amount of time to get to your pit box, and then you're almost immediately thrown out into the pit exit right away. So we see Racer X jumped back onto the mediums, decided to not take the softs. There's still about 3.5 minutes left in the session, give or take one lap. Riding on board with Bishop, currently sitting in 7th place at the moment. Only 2 thousandths ahead of Trackhead's fastest time, and only about a 10th behind Smokey. You can see him there throttling the gas around turn 2. Up into the tricky cornering section that is turn 4 and turn 5. Downhill turn 5 being very tricky with understeer. And Bishop is improving. He is 0.7 of a second up on his personal best. We'll see where that puts Bishop if he can take a clean exit through turn 9. He keeps it pretty neat and tidy through turn 9. Looks like he's got maximum speed. And he jumps up to 5th place. And as we were watching Bishop, Trackhead takes provisional pole position with a 1:18.19. So he tops Dinosaur's time by almost 0.3 of a second. And Trackhead putting in the work. We actually haven't seen much of Trackhead recently, and so it's really cool to see him on the top of the charts at the moment. Trackhead looking in top form so far. If he wins this race, that'll be huge for Massive Impact Racing, as Dutra ended up winning the round 2 feature race for Division 1, so this could catapult MIR quite a bit if Trackhead is able to deliver. So Nixon jumps up into 2nd place. That puts Dinosaur now into 3rd. Dinosaur on a hot lap, looks like a final hot lap. And adds as well, going around turn 4, potentially looking to finish this out lap as soon as possible to get one more lap qualifying in. We'll see if he's able to do it. So Trackhead is in the pit lane, so Trackhead is done with qualifying. I think maybe Trackhead feels like he can't improve on his time. So it is now up to Nixon or Dinosaur to take provisional pole position away from Trackhead. But Nixon is on some old soft tires, and it would be unlikely, in my opinion, to be able to beat his personal best. We saw the Delta there on the sector. He is behind. Dinosaur, though, we'll find out if Dinosaur can continue improving and continue finding time, taking his car down into turn 5. Understeering quite a bit, getting close to the edge at the exit of turn 5, but keeps it under control. Dinosaur is down 0.05 of a second on his personal best, but let's see if he can make that up through the exit of turn 9, which is the most crucial part. Dinosaur having to let off the gas just ever so slightly at the exit of turn 9 and loses 0.2 of a second. As is unable to start the hot lap. And let's see here, we got Racer X. I think that's everyone. So Motsky coming in for a final lap, but has completely destroyed tires. And Lamb King is just alongside of him with the same situation. So both of these cars here have 0 tires left, just crossing the line together. And that will conclude qualifying for our Division 2 feature race. Trackhead is like, if you guys ever read Dune or saw the movie, Trackhead's like the Maud Deeb of Big Willow. He rides the sandworms. He's the chosen one. All right, so while we're waiting, we can just go through the order. So Trackhead takes provisional pole position, Nixon in 2nd place, Dinosaur in 3rd, and Ads in 4th. You got Cecil Turtle in 5th, Bishop in 6th, Racer X starting in 7th, Smokey in 8th, C. Orwick in 9th. Pretty solid result for C. Orwick. At least an Algaid. Yeah, Goran knows what I'm talking about. Mosky starting in 10th place, Kip Dunkel in 11th, Lamb King in 12th. And then we got Soulshock VR in 13th place. So looking at our top, let's see here, top 6 cars. So Bahamut Venom got a pretty good starting position with Ads in 4th and Bishop in 6th place. Bahamut Venom being very solid and consistent throughout this entire season so far. Again, they lead the Division 2 championship. And so Ads and Bishop, with their consistent results over the course of the season, has put them solidly in 1st place. But recently, Team.com, Cecil Turtle and Kip Dunkel have had good results. Kip Dunkel not having the best qualifying session, but Cecil Turtle is right in between both Bahamut Venom cars. Their team is trailing Bahamut Venom by only 5 points in the Division 2 championship. So Bahamut Venom also is leading the overall team championships with 204 points. And then Team.com trails them by 11 in the overall team championships. And Penalty Hunters Oracle Racing actually holds the 2nd position with 199 points, so 5 behind Bahamut Venom. But they are 10 points behind Bahamut Venom in the Division 2 Teams Championship. And they got quite a mountain to climb today. See Orwick starting in 9th place, Soul Shark VR in 13th. The Trackhead starting in pole position. His teammate Lamb King starting in 12th. I mean, it looks pretty even in terms of team points. I think the only thing that I see is like Bahamut Venom is an advantage here. So they both qualified extremely high. The only other team that's there along with them is Jolly Green Giants. So Nixon qualified 2nd and Racer X qualified 7th. Everyone else has a car pretty much in the top half and then another car in the bottom half. And then we have Smokey for Maelstrom Motorsports in the middle. And unfortunately, Rogue we weren't able to find a substitute or reserve driver for Rogue, who will be missing out today due to other important commitments. So that's unfortunate for Maelstrom Motorsports. They're struggling quite a bit this season. They have 43 points in the Division 2 Team Championship, currently sitting in last place. And then they're sitting in 6th in Division 1 and then also sitting last in the overall team championships. So not the best season they've had so far. Smokey looking to help turn it around today. And hopefully Division 1 will be able to deliver some results today as well. Mispa88, thanks for following. If you're new to LRC, definitely check us out. I pinned an invite link in Twitch chat. If you're interested in joining us, in joining racing with us, join our Discord. We have events. We try to do one event at least once a day, but lately during the league, it's a little bit more difficult. But in the off season, we'll typically have almost an event for every day of the week. And it's typically some type of new or themed event. So Mondays we'll have Monday Night Racing. There'll be a spec car. I do academy sessions that help teach beginners, concepts of racing and a bunch of other stuff. So Dinosaurs triggered the start of the race. We'll get into it right away. Cecil Turtle. Wait, so Cecil Turtle is starting first? Oh, interesting. What's going on here? Oh, I've seen this bug before. This is a bug. So Cecil is not starting first. Trackit is first, but Cecil is stated as first, and that's definitely not true. But either way, it'll get corrected once they go around, I think, turn 2. There we go. Trackhead leads the pack in first place. Nixon and Dinosaur go side by side to turn 2, almost making a little bit of contact, getting through there clean. And looks like so far our drivers have gotten through turn 2 scot-free, but we're getting a little bit of contact into turn 3. I think it was Lamb King. No, it wasn't Lamb King. It was Soul Shock VR and Racer X making contact into turn 3. I don't think that will be a VSC. I think they are still good. We're still racing. So Nixon chasing down our leader Trackhead, who's unable to pull away from Nixon. Nixon there getting quite close. They're going to go side by side. Oh, I thought they were going to go side by side in turn 9. Nixon backs out slightly, but gets a pretty good over-under, a good exit, and now they're going to go side-by-side down the front straight. Trackhead decides to take the inside. And he's going to defend into turn 1. He sticks right onto the inside. Dinosaur braking really, really late, almost bumping into the rear of Nixon's car. and Cecil Turtle trying to look for some type of opportunity to gain there from Dinosaur's mistake. And look at these two, they're going side by side, Nixon and Trackhead. Trackhead on the inside again, and then Nixon looking to overtake. So Nixon now has the inside into turn 3, and can Trackhead keep it on? No, he can't, so he concedes the position, gets a little squirrely into turn 4, and that allows Dinosaur to get through. And then Dinosaur has a little bit of a mistake coming out of turn 4, and it allows Cecil Turtle to come through and take 2nd place. So Cecil Turtle climbs from 5th place into 2nd, and there's some crazy battles going on in the midfield there. I saw Motsky do an overtake on Bishop. So Bishop has fallen a little bit too. So Bishop was between both the, Bishop was ahead of Cecil, and then now finds himself under attack by Kip Dunkel, who started in, I think, 12th place. So Kip has jumped up quite a bit from the beginning, since the beginning of the race. Ads and Dinosaur now fighting. So Dinosaur falling back in the positions quite quickly. And you see there, I think it was Trackhead getting another tire in the dirt out of turn 1. This will be just purely a race of attrition. The more laps you can keep it on the track, the more time you will gain overall. We're seeing any mistake cost between, I don't know, 5 to 10 to 15 seconds. So the minute you're off the track, it's like almost half to a third of a pit stop. It's a huge time sink. And that's the other component. So the more these drivers fight with each other, the less their tires will last long term. So part of their strategy is to manage their tires for a shorter amount of pit stops. Battling on track will jeopardize that strategy quite quickly. Oh, there we go. Nixon makes a mistake, goes wide out of turn 9. And I believe that will give Cecil maybe not enough room, though. Cecil caught up quite a bit, but not enough to attempt an overtake into turn 1. We got a nice 4-way battle for 4th place. Motsky looking at the outside of Trackhead, looking for any potential opportunity to pass. And then Trackhead gets another tire out on the dirt side, the inside of the track, the outside of the track. And Trackhead is struggling. He's struggling with those hard tires. Maybe he's having a hard time getting temperature into them. Seeing that it's foggy out, it might not be as warm. And that might put the drivers who have the mediums on at the moment at a grip advantage. All right, so Cecil Turtle is quite close to Nixon. Let's see if he's able to make an overtake down the front straight this time. Oh, and Nixon goes wide again, compromising that exit. He's going to lose a lot of speed down the front straight, but seems like he's able to keep the lead pretty easily. And we got Kip Dunkel and Bishop in a current battle. They go side by side into turn 1. Bishop takes the inside and is overtaken by Kip Dunkel on the outside. Kip Dunkel doing a good job there, keeping the car on track on the outside. So back with our leaders, Ads has caught up with Cecil Turtle, so we got a 3-way battle for the lead. Oh no, and I think Cecil Turtle just lost it. Oh no, Cecil Turtle. Disaster for him in the sprint race, disaster for him in the feature race. Fortunately, he didn't pick up any damage, so he's able to continue, but man, he went from 2nd to 10th. And as I was saying before, this is going to be a race of attrition. Any mistakes will cost you absolutely insane amounts of time. And now he is being under attack by Racer X. And those dirty tires are going to be quite difficult to deal with around that last corner. I think that might give Racer X a little bit of an advantage going down the front straight, and maybe an opportunity to pass. We'll see. So both Dinosaur and Ads doing a pretty good job of managing their tires. Motsky in quite a bit of trouble. So Motsky started with the medium compound tires and is struggling to find grip on that outside left. Bishop and Kip Dunkel looking pretty hungry for that 5th position. Kip Dunkel and oh no, Kip Dunkel and C. Orwick make contact. C. Orwick goes wide and off the track. Oh no. I think C. Orwick was looking to make an outside overtake and ended up getting bumped by Kip. I think that will be potentially an incident that will get reported later. That was an unfortunate situation for C. Orwick. There was a tiny bit of space there on the outside, but not very much. And Bishop goes deep into turn 3. Loses a little bit of time. Kip Dunkel looking to capitalize on the mistake, but Kip Dunkel makes a mistake of his own and now allows Lamb King to go by. So the Team.com teammates are now in 7th and 8th. Not the best start from them. Meanwhile, Ads is attacking Nixon now. So Ads is able to make quite a bit of ground on Nixon. Both have very similar tire wear. So this is a straight fight. They're likely going to be on the same strategy. And in terms of strategies, I think the main primary strategy that we'll see will be a 3-stopper. So 3 stints on the hard and 1 on the medium tire. The medium likely being the last stint that these drivers will run on due to it using a lighter fuel load will help with tire wear. Oh, look at that. Ads pounding Nixon, trying to force Nixon into a mistake. Nixon sticks to the inside to defend the turn at the top of the hill, but Nixon gets wide. Nixon makes a mistake and allows Ads to make a pass into turn 5. And Dinosaur now is struggling with the front left tire, trying to prevent Trackhead from overtaking him, taking that last podium position. So the tires fall off quite quickly once you get into that last third of tire wear. When the hard compound tire starts to lose grip, it becomes way more overheated easily. Its ability to get overheated is much quicker, and then it simply starts wearing out faster. So we're likely to see these drivers take their first pit stop at the end of lap 10, judging based off of Ads and Nixon's tire wear. Looks like Dinosaur might have to pit lap earlier, so Dinosaur still defending against Trackhead, defending the inside there with that almost completely dead tire. The Dinosaur will dive into the pits and then potentially unleash Trackhead to chase down Nixon and adds about 5 seconds ahead. That front left tire, it will do it for Dinosaur. That is what I was afraid of. That front left is so worn out that it's impossible to keep traction on that turn 9. And you see Bishop there and Dinosaur both go straight into the pits after leaving the track. So Dinosaur leaves the pits in 6th place. Bishop comes out in 7th. Both have the same amount of gas and the same tires, so Dinosaur and Bishop on the same strategy. Kip Dunkel as well made a pit stop, so Kip currently sitting in 8th place, looking to make his way around Bishop, but they are all on the same new set of hard compound tires for the next potentially 9 laps, it seems. So our leader Nixon is in the pits. Ads will take, Ads actually, okay, so Ads has already made a pit stop. So Ads right now is our net leader. He's made a pit stop and came out ahead of Cecil Turtle and Nixon, who was our net race leader at the beginning. So Ads now has a solid 3-second lead, net lead. And that'll be a huge result for Team Bahamut Venom if he can keep the lead for the rest of the race. But again, this is a race of attrition. It's easy to make mistakes, especially when your tires start degrading quite harshly. We saw with Dinosaur and Bishop that front left at turn 9 when the tire is completely depleted is essentially a death sentence. Cecil Turtle coming out of the pits in 6th place. Just ahead is teammate Kip Dunkel, trying to warm those tires up desperately. oversteer going into turn 9. That back end of Bishop's car slowly stepping out ever so slightly. So we got a battle between Racer X and Smokey. Racer X making a nice overtake around turn 2. Looks like Smokey is also in a position to be, yeah, he just got overtaken by Soul Shock. So Smokey there having a lot of trouble with that front left tire. As soon as that tire hits the red, it's almost impossible to turn the car. And now Soul Shock is right behind Racer X. Soul Shock on the medium compound tire. Takes the inside of Racer X down into turn 8, looking to keep it, but Racer X says, no, this position is mine, and defends that position quite aggressively. Soul Shock VR looks like he's got a run on Racer X down the front straight. Will it be enough to make a potential pass? I don't think so. He's too far behind. You can see Soul Shock gaining quite a bit of time on turn 1. And both of these drivers, I think, are gaining time on Motsky. So Motsky is sitting only 3 seconds ahead. It's falling a couple tenths every second or so. Soul Shock positions his car on the outside of turn 9. Racer X slightly in the middle, almost like in a defensive position. Oh, and Motsky just up ahead went off the track, almost went into the pit lane accidentally, losing a ton of time. So Racer X now in a position to fight for 8th place, despite having Soul Shock fight for 9th with him just a couple turns earlier. And Racer X makes quick work of Motsky through turn 2. And then I think it'll be the same thing for Soul Shock VR. So yeah, Motsky's front left completely depleted. Back up to our battle in 4th, 5th, and 6th. B-Ship right now is attacking Cecil Turtle. B-Ship with a depleted set of tires almost in lap 15. I didn't catch his strategy earlier if he went to mediums first, but his front left is worn down pretty good. Soul Shock still looking for a way around Racer X. Both of their tires are getting worn down quite good. Racer X there on the front left goes understeers so much going out of turn 4 due to that depleted tire. And I think as the sun comes out, the track is starting to warm up, and I think we'll be degrading our tires much faster as we get through the first third of this race. So Dinosaur and Cecil Turtle continue to battle it out for 4th position. Dinosaur gets a wheel on the outside of the track. Gets it dirty but maintains position. He takes the inside to defend his line into turn 4. Cecil Turtle sticks it to the outside but isn't able to make that traction work quite well. So Ads dives into the pits at lap 17. Ads lapping pretty consistently in the high 119s. His only lap above that was the 120 just now. So Kip looking to make an overtake attempt on Dinosaur into turn 2. Finally takes the inside. They make contact though on the entrance of 2. Dinosaur maintains the outside and is able to continue through the corner and keep that 3rd position away from Cecil. So Dinosaur doing a good job managing his tires. Trying to keep Cecil Turtle back as much as possible, but Cecil Turtle has that tire advantage. Cecil Turtle's tires are much younger, much fresher. And then our battle between SoulShock VR and Racer X continues after their pit stop. So those two on the same exact strategy, it seems. SoulShock VR almost going a little off track, understeering at turn 4. Oh man, so Dinosaur's front left there is almost completely gone. He's gonna have to work quite a bit to keep Cecil Turtle behind him on this final, I guess this would be the final lap of his stint. His in lap. And this is where Dinosaur will likely lose all of his momentum due to that front left tire. There he goes, understeers quite a bit, isn't able to rotate the car through turn 4. There's a yellow flag into turn 5, so they'll have to avoid passing under the yellow there. But Cecil Turtle will make that overtake done by turn 7. Oh no, it was Ads. Ads was the person who was off onto turn 7. So that's what the yellow flag was for. So Ads went off onto turn 7 and is dropped from the lead into 5th place. Oh, absolutely gutted. And he's lost definitely more than 15, potentially 20 seconds to Trackhead because he had a decent lead over Trackhead going into this last lap. This most recent lap. Now Ads is pushing to make up for it. He sets the fastest sector 1 time. That's brutal. All right, so Kip Dunkel and Dinosaur come out of the pits, and Dinosaur is able to come back out front of Kip after the pit stops. Somehow. Or was it Cecil Turtle? Sorry, it was Cecil Turtle that was fighting Dinosaur. So Cecil Turtle is currently sitting in 2nd place. Ads is 3rd. Decides to take, Trackhead is now 2nd, now 3rd. And Trackhead actually comes out just in front of Dinosaur on the racing mediums. And oh no, the contact with Kip Dunkel sends Dinosaur off the track into turn 2. And that puts Dinosaur just in front of Nixon. Oh no, and then I think that was C. Orwick that went off in turn 3. He's currently a lap down. And this battle between Soulshock and Racer X continues. Almost 2/3 of this race done. All right, so Cecil now has the net lead. He's only 5 seconds ahead of Ads, and Ads has already made a pit stop. So Ads still looking very strong here towards the middle of this race, second half. Racer X and Soulshock are in currently a battle together. Soulshock able to make his way around Racer X going into turn 3, has the inside into turn 4. Will that allow Racer X to get alongside? Yes, he does. Going into turn 5, they go side by side into this hairy braking zone, but Racer X is able to pull ahead. Soulshock VR has to concede the position. These two have been fighting for quite a bit in the last couple of laps. Dinosaur gets a good exit out of turn 2, gets alongside Kip Dunkel, and it actually passes him at the end of turn 2. Doesn't even have to make the pass into the braking zone of turn 3. Made it work before even that happened. Finally, Ads is back out in front now with a racing hard tire compound. And Trackhead is about 8 seconds behind, but on a new, fresh set of tires. So it'll be interesting to see where everything collides and converges toward the end here. So Ads is still on the Racing Hard Tire compound. Trackhead on the Racing Hard Tire compound as well. Ads seems like he's going to have to make his last quite a bit longer. I didn't see if Ads went already on his medium tire compound yet. Oh no, and Nixon goes off into turn 3, allowing Cecil Turtle to take advantage of that. We'll right on board with Dinosaur, chasing down Trackhead, only 0.67 seconds ahead. All right, so we lost feed. Let me get this back up real quick. Having some technical difficulties today. So Cecil Turtle moving up into second place. Only a second behind Trackhead at the moment. Dinosaur falling back into third. That front left completely depleted. It's going to allow Ads to make quick work of him. Ads on a new set of hard tires. Takes the inside going into turn 9. Keeps it neat and tidy. The Dinosaur dives into the pits. And then Nixon will take fourth place. So we got a straight battle against Trackhead and Cecil Turtle at the moment. They are on the same strategy, it seems like. Or no, they're not on the same strategy. So Cecil Turtle with the racing mediums. Coming across a yellow flag going into turn 3. It appears that might be C. Orwick, I think, up on the hill. see Oric was up on the hill there, trying to avoid entering the track dangerously. Doing a good job there. We've got these two battles going on. Cecil Turtle looking to take the lead from Trackhead. And then we also got Ads defending against Nixon. So Cecil Turtle takes the inside of Trackhead's car going into turn 9, but they're coming up against traffic. And oh, they're so close side by side. And they're coming up behind Motsky, and Trackhead elects to go off the track to avoid Motsky. Oh no, it's... Oh my god, and he somehow keeps control of the car. Oh my goodness. Insane battle there. So Nixon picked up a huge penalty, it looked like. And dang, that was a crazy penalty. I wonder how much time that was. A 3-second penalty. Okay, so somehow Nixon picked up a 3-second penalty and had to serve it on the straight there, so no longer able to battle against Ads to take that final podium position away. Alright, so let's take a quick look at strategy here. So Bishop with the Racing Hards right now, almost about 20% left on those. Dinosaur is coming up quick with a new set of hard tires. It's likely that Dinosaur will go to the end on this set of hard tires, so looking pretty good for Dinosaur. Cecil Turtle will definitely have to make another pit stop. Trackhead as well. And then Ads, I think, might be in our net lead. So Ads with a fresh set of hard tires will have to make it last to the end of the race. And Nixon will have to make a pit stop as well. And Bishop. So Dinosaur here looking for potentially a good... it depends on how quick these pit stops happen up ahead. But Dinosaur might be fighting for a podium position. Coming up against Bishop right now. Takes the inside into the braking zone of turn 1. We go side by side. Dinosaur making it easy. Yeah, that save by Trackhead was pretty top tier. Every time I go off there, I have not able to make a save like that, especially after crossing that tarmac that's the entrance of the pit. All right, so Trackhead hunting, or no, so that's not Trackhead. So looks like Lamb King will be making his way around Cecil Turtle to unlap himself. Cecil will likely dive into the pits with that completely dead front tire. Trackhead will make his way around once more. And then Ads right there, already caught up to Trackhead and will likely make a pass going in turn 1. Takes the inside, brakes harsh. Yeah, keeps it on the inside. Very, very neat and tidy. Although Trackhead takes the inside of turn 2 and is not willing to give it up easily. But that traction on that front left is not enough to stay on the inside throughout turn 2 alongside Ads. Ads takes the position quite easily. So the question is whether or not Ads can continue to make his tires last for the next 7 laps, this lap and 6 more. That's quite a tall order considering his hard tires are depleted quite significantly already. He might have to make another pit stop if he doesn't conserve those heavily towards the end of the race. You can see Dinosaur making ground on Nixon as Nixon struggles with his tires. I feel like this race so far is still anyone's game. So Trackhead dives into the pits, has to refuel, so there's only 2 liters of fuel in the tank. We'll see where Trackhead comes out in relation to Dinosaur after he leaves the pit. So Trackhead will leave quite soon. And I think Trackhead and Dinosaur will be in a tight battle for that second place. Yeah, and they go side by side into turn 1. Dinosaur taking that second position quite easily. Trackhead not up to speed while leaving the pit lane. So Trackhead on the mediums though. So Trackhead with a softer tire compound relative to Dinosaur. We'll have to chase Dinosaur and Adz to the end of the race. Adz though with the 24-second lead, he should be able to even make a pit stop potentially and still come out ahead. So we'll see what Adz decides to do towards the end of this race. At this point, I think everyone's gone off the track at least once. Got a car that spun out on the front straight. I don't know who that was. I think that might have been... Was that Racer X? No, it wasn't Racer X. I don't know who that was. So Trackhead picks up a 3-second penalty. It's brutal. Now let's see where he potentially picked this up. I'm going to hit up the replay. He's already had the penalty since then. Where do you even pick up that big of a penalty on this track? You guys know? Oh, ignore the yellow flag. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. So Trackhead got slapped with that penalty for ignoring the yellow flag that was happening on that front straight. That's something we haven't seen so far in LRC. A 3-second time penalty for passing under yellow flag. Thank you for following, Dave. Welcome to our stream. If you're interested in racing with us, definitely check out the Discord invite that's pinned in chat. All right, so Adz is now 25 seconds ahead of Dinosaur. That front left will certainly not make it to the end of the race. Yeah, I think that might be an interesting discussion amongst our drivers, whether or not we want to actually use the yellow flag rules. I think they're important. I think that it's important to not pass during the yellow flag, and it's pretty clear when they happen. All right, so Adz is currently in the pits. We'll see where he comes out. He just takes a quick set of racing soft tires and is out on track, not even any more fuel, and he is still way ahead of Dinosaur. So Adz looking real good here to the end of the race. He takes a soft compound for the next 3 laps. So Adz in a very, very nice position to win the race, has a huge lead. Trackhead currently sitting in 3rd place. Our top 5 spread out quite nicely with a couple seconds in between. Sussel Turtle, though, finding himself lapping Motsky, it looked like. And then Bishop and Kip Dunkel now are in a battle for 6th place as they make their way around, I believe that is C. Orwick, who is currently getting lapped. Oh no, and Nixon's off. Nixon has lost a place to Cecil Turtle. And is dropped down to 4th position. And I think that other car is Lamb King, who's now in 11th position and allowed Mosky to gain a position. Oh, that was a huge mistake by Nixon there. He'll be kicking himself. Look at that. Cecil Turtle has damage on the front left, but is still in 4th position. Nixon looking quite comfortable in 5th now after that mistake. And then we got Bishop in 6th place. All right, so Ads starts our final lap. Yeah, you could argue they're 2 different rule sets, but you could also argue that it's not separate from our own set, right? We have our VSC rules, but the yellow flag is a general practice on a track that requires caution. So I think it'll be a good discussion to have amongst our drivers. I think whenever there's a yellow flag, you always have to slow down. You're not allowed to pass whenever there's a yellow flag. And I think that's a good practice for us to maintain, as you know, if we're going for realism. All right, so Ads makes his way around the final turn for the last time. Has a solid race that front. Oh no, so Ads is going out the street. Oh my God, Ads almost went off the track there. That front left completely depleted, but is able to make it across the finish line. So Ads there with the race win, but now Trackhead and Dinosaur find themselves in a battle for the final, for 2nd place actually, and Trackhead defends the position quite nicely, and Dinosaur is unable to make that outside position stick. So Trackhead takes 2nd place. Dinosaur takes the final podium position. Cecil Turtle comes home in 4th place. And Nixon there going, oh no, so Nixon though is gonna go to the pits and is gonna lose a position out to Bishop. Bishop crossing the line in 5th place. Nixon's stuck in a really bad position here. Okay, so Nixon is able to recover. We got a couple of cars going off in the background there. Soulshock VR and Kip Dunkel fighting for 7th place. Soulshock takes it home in 7th place. Kip Dunkel in 8th. And we got Racer X, the last of our unlapped cars, to take it home in 9th place. We got Mosky 10th, Lamb King 12th. Smokey comes home in 12th, excuse me. Lamb King in 11th, Smokey 12th, and C. Orwick in 13th. Whew. All right, let's take a look at the results once again. All right, so Ads with the 1st place finish, very convincing win with a 20-second lead and the fastest lap. So mega props to Ads there. Trackhead taking it home in 2nd. Dinosaur rounds out the final podium position. Tussle Turtle in 4th place. Bishop in 5th. So a 1-5 finish for Bahamut Venom. That's going to be quite massive for their already team championship standings. They are both first in the Division 2 and overall team championship. Nixon in 6th. Soulshock VR in 7th. Kip Dunkel in 8th. Three Canadians not liking the desert that much. Racer X in 9th. Motsky in 10th. Lime King 11th. Smokey in 12th. And then C. Orwick in 13th. So thanks for joining us. That will be the conclusion of Division 2. But we will be right back with Division 1 very shortly. We're going to do a Division 1 qualifying session for 10 minutes. And then we'll get into the feature race for Division 1 as well. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.